Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at Stealth Suit Spider-Man. Now when Scorpion was coming out, I definitely did point out the synergy that I saw a ton of potential in, but then obviously a ton of things happened and I kind of got distracted and slightly forgot about it. Luckily the bullfighter reminded me about it and sent in some gameplay to me. That being said, once again, if you do want to submit your own gameplay showcases of amazing interactions or some more interesting rank 4 champions, then just tap on the video link below and check out Evizone. Only thing you have to do is tap on try it for free, because it is a free software that you can use. Just make your own account, enter your username here. You can pick whatever username you want, enter your email, and your account will be opened for you and you will be put in touch with me automatically. Also, on top of all of that, I am partnering up with Evizone for a $250 giveaway. If this one goes well, we plan on carrying on with more, but this time the rewards will basically be distributed as 25 $10 gift cards for 25 summoner sigils for people who do not have them, or even if you do have them, you can still enter and just use this to renew your next sigil. I will leave a link to the full video describing the giveaway and the rules of it, but they're very simple. Just have a duel of a matchup that has happened in MCU, sort of MCOC, MCU fight recreation type of thing, and then open your Evizone account, or if you already have one, just submit your entry to the email that is listed here, and that is it. In the video, I'll also explain exactly how to get it done. Right, all that being said, my bad, misclicked. All that being said, let's just jump to the gameplay. And what Scorpion Synergy does, it states quite simply that evading or dodging back also causes Spider-Man's web cartridge debuffs to be paused for 3.5 seconds. Now that has quite a lot of different implications, and number one is that it immediately makes Stealth Suit Spider-Man a lot more Liquid Courage Double Edge friendly. Now in this clip, he's not using Liquid Courage Double Edge, but you guys are going to see the point of it, because you do not have to throw your special attacks or anything of the sort to refresh it. You can just flat out build your level 3s and use level 3s exclusively with absolutely no downtime of your debuffs. Here you can see that every time you dodge back, which is a motion that you kind of want to do with Stealth Suit Spider-Man anyways, to basically pause your precision and pause your fury buff passives. And simultaneously, you'll be pausing your fragile debuff. So it immediately gains 100% uptime, because you can always dodge back under basically any fight. And you have no need to kind of try and replace those debuffs with level 2 to extend the duration or anything of the sort. So aside from the first level 1 that you do want to drop in order to gain that precision buff, that's it. As soon as you get on the first fragile and then replace it for that fury, you're set. You don't have to do anything. And we can see that the single debuff, basically remains active the entire fight, and there is not much else to be done. But realistically, we know that the fragile debuff was never the biggest problem, the biggest issue, because it had a plenty big uptime for most parts, and even if it drops off, it's not the end of the world. You just lose out a little bit of damage. The most important thing is the Enrowate debuff. Now, we're going to have several gameplay videos, but we're going to use this one to showcase. So, the Enrowate debuff was always kind of a useless pre-fight ability for Stealthy, because it just never lasted remotely long enough to be reliable and usable option. You could see how quickly it started expiring. However, here you can see that with this pausing ability, you don't need to worry about that anymore. Because whenever you dash back, you pause it for 3.5 seconds. 3.5 seconds is long enough for you to get back in there and land in your combo. And you can basically use Stealth Suit Spider-Man as one of the most powerful power control champions now in the game. Because unless opponent has additional abilities that let them gain power outside of combat power, they will never, ever gain a bar of power. And you can easily ensure that. Here he didn't even go for the level 1 just to kind of like be more accurate in the demonstration. But you can see that he still has 3 web cartridges. There's about 75-80% duration on that Enrowate debuff left over. And he doesn't have to worry about any of that. The Fury is perfectly paused there at all times as well. Now, there he did finish the combo, but it didn't really matter. And Enrowate is in play for the entire fight. Now, this isn't a damage showcase, but for the record, it is a rank 3 Sig 200 Spidey, I think. And yeah, that Captain Marvel does not get to use a single special attack. And that is exceedingly powerful ability, which in my opinion will have ton of applications also for, you know, significant hard fights in the story content. Perhaps most importantly, also in Alliance War, because only thing you really have to bring in here is Scorpion synergy. It's an easy one champion synergy that, you know, may also be quite useful for some other fights, because Scorpion definitely doesn't seem like a slouch of a champion himself. But here, yeah, absolutely not a single special attack thrown by Captain Marvel in this fight. Then we can move on to some other showcases here, doing the same thing basically with that slow debuff against Nebula. Now in this node, we have Missing in Action and Faltering Mind, which basically means that there will be falter for you to kind of worry about now and then in a fight. And obviously Stealth Spidey's slow also enables him to bypass falter and miss mechanic. However, again, at times in fights, it's not the easiest thing to necessarily maintain that slow. Well, not anymore, because as soon as you get it up, it's going to stay up there. And it's going to stay paused, because, again, only thing to pause it for 3.5 seconds, which is quite substantial amount of time for these type of abilities. You just need to dash back. So basically, all of his pre-fights now have damn near infinite duration, as long as you are able to dash back, which is one of the easiest mechanics in the game to do. And the entire fight, you can have that slow on the opponent. That means no unstoppable ever. You don't need to try and double it up or extend the duration with a level 2. You don't need to be very careful on how you set it up. You can just bring in your Stealth Suit Spidey, and entire fight is covered by that slow very easily. You can see that 50 some hits in. He didn't go for the precision buff again, which was a bit of a mistake. You'd obviously want to do that just to get that precision, but again, in order just to demonstrate the point, he's spent all this time in the fight, still has 3 cartridges there, and he's got every single thing going on for him. That slow has still plenty of duration on. Absolutely nothing to worry about. And he doesn't even need to worry about being able to throw any special attack, let alone that being level 3, which again was a limiting factor. Any nodes that messed with Stealth Suit Spidey and potentially disabled him from using level 3 or any, you know, special attacks freely, you know, definitely hurt this guy in longer type of fights. For instance, if he had to go up against Plagued Mind, then you would run out of your cartridges, and that's it. His utility piece would be gone for this fight. But thanks to that Scorpion synergy, it's always there, it's ever so present, which again just opens more and more nodes that this guy now can do, and can do really, really well. So that was the Nebula showcase. I think we do have a few more clips here. And this is going to be against Symbiote Spidey. And again, you could take several different approaches against this Symbiote Spidey. But I think the easiest one is, well, he doesn't evade if he can't throw a special attack, right? So typically, before this synergy, you'd likely just use your slow pre-fight and, you know, try and combat evade that way. But with this synergy, you just go on and make sure he never gets to activate a single special. That's it. You don't have anything else to do there. Just make sure he will never, ever, ever be able to drop any special attacks under any circumstances. That's it. Very easy, very simple, straightforward. And the point when you have a champion that reliably, consistently, and most importantly, indefinitely can prevent opponents from using a single special attack, that immediately is a very, very powerful tool. Very powerful tool that you can use. Now here he does make a mistake with his dash back, but it's not the biggest deal. Again, just a clap. But only thing you have to do is basically just working those dash back intercepts, or you can even just dash back and parry if you want. You'd still have enough time. Potentially, maybe not for a full combo, but still there would definitely be more than enough time. And yet again, a fight where opponent will not be able to throw single special. And that is very powerful. It truly is. It is a remarkable ability, and there are not many champions in this game who can make this happen. And again, I can't emphasize how big of a deal this is. So the ease of access to this is kind of like the most important thing. You don't need to dance around for 10 minutes till some sort of timer expires or anything of sorts. Only thing you do is quite literally enter the fight, finish a combo with the light, dash back, and then at some point finish another combo with the light to get that fury going. And that's it. Job's done. Job is done. Nothing to worry about. Just make sure that you pause them now and, well, every once in a while, and you're good. You're good to go. I do wonder why he isn't throwing the level 1 even once for the precision. I do think he would have enough time. He would lose a bit of duration of that end weight, but it's probably to just conserve a bit of health from recoil. But here we are, once again, we have a vulture that is very jacked and stacked, that has completely been rendered, well, harmless and unable to use any of their special attacks. So with this change, I legitimately believe that Stealth Suit Spidey is more than likely gonna climb its way back in skill top 10 champion list potentially. I really do think so. Even if I think that he might have dropped out of it for a while, and despite the addition of Black Cat and, you know, skill class being very competitive these days, this is huge. I cannot understate. This is one of the biggest single synergy improvements to one champion in a really long time. And that's just facts right there. Because ability to shut down your opponents from a single special attack is massive. And let's get to the next clip. I think next clip is Dr. Doom, where he's gonna do the same thing again. You can see that soon as he's gonna apply the first ender weight, that's it. Job's done on Dr. Doom. Now again, you can do slow on Dr. Doom and he's not gonna activate his aura, but you still have to wait the special attacks and whatnot. If you put on this, then the guy can't throw the special attack in the first place, so it still means no aura, and still means nothing else happening in the fight. And he's dead. It was a long fight in this case, again, because he did not activate his level 1 precision, but still, not a single special attack from Dr. Doom makes obviously Dr. Doom relatively harmless. And here I believe he's going up against Venom the Dark boss, which is, again, awesome, fair enough. So here he activates his ender weight. Now, Power Flood does affect it. That is the difference in between ender weight from like Power Lock or anything of the sort. Because if he does have some sort of ability power gain, then that will seep through. But again, in a situation like this, it's very minor. And again, you have such a freedom playing this character however you please without any issues. And again, you have to deal with significantly less special attacks, even if they do have some sort of power gain mechanics there. So here he will have to bait out that level 1 because of the Power Flood, which is fair enough. Is it Spite that's active there? I think it's Spite. And still, very easy, very straightforward fight. And finally, finally with this change, Stealth Suit Spidey can actually benefit from his third pre-fight ability, and there's just, you know, nothing else to it. Before it was unplayable, unusable, just far too short to kind of reliably use Stealth Suit Spidey as a power control option, and majority of the people probably have forgotten about the fact that he even had this ability, or at the very least, I have pretty much never used this in any serious fight before that. Now it's one of the strongest aspects of Stealth Suit Spidey, which immediately breathes new life into the character. Anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. Again, if you do want to submit your own gameplay and you have something exciting to show, or you have some cool rank 4s, definitely click on the link in the description and reach out to me. All the ways how you can reach out to me is in the video description below. And do not forget to enter the giveaway. We're going to be giving away 25 Summoner Sigils, and the final, well, the results will be announced on 9th of May at 6 p.m. GMT, so do not miss that. But that's it for now, and I'm going to catch you guys later. See ya.